You must confront a deep-seated truth that has been persistently calling out to your soul. In this very moment, your spiritual mentor, your designated guide, is imploring you to communicate, yet you, like so many others, are unintentionally blocking this vital message without even realizing it. Cast aside the sensationalized stories and common misconceptions. You may have heard about life after death and the possibility of communication between the worlds, because the profound principles about to be unveiled will irrevocably shatter your current worldview. Allan Kardec, the meticulous codifier of Spiritism, rigorously documented these facts with surgical precision more than 150 years ago. His findings were later corroborated by the extensive, logic-defying body of work channeled by renowned mediums, and further confirmed by thousands of deeply impactful readings delivered by figures like Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, whose insights have influenced generations. Tell me, in the privacy of your own mind, have you ever been enveloped by that sudden, inexplicable presence that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand on end, or experienced dreams so vividly real with a departed loved one that they transcended mere fantasy and felt like an actual physical reunion? The reality you are about to discover provides the brutal yet loving explanation for these universal human experiences. In the coming moments, we will deconstruct the three primary, often missed signals these spiritual masters utilize to reach us, revealing an extraordinary historical case of a message that literally resurrected an entire family's hope, and the exact infallible technique, a method documented by Kardec himself, that you can use to unequivocally recognize when the spiritual plane is knocking directly at your door. The world you thought you knew is about to expand immeasurably. Kardec's essential revelation: everyone has an eternal guardian. You must first absorb a fact so monumental that it will fundamentally explode the way you perceive your own existence. According to the most feared and respected treatise on life beyond the grave, the Spirit's Book, in the profoundly critical question 459, Allan Kardec dropped the spiritual bomb that remains largely misunderstood. Every single one of us, without a solitary exception, has at least one devoted, protective spirit assigned to us from the very day we draw our first breath. Take a moment to truly contemplate the weight of this. A superior being of light, a true general of evolution, and a personal sentinel accompanies you through every single step of your material existence. Their mission is unequivocally clear and urgently critical: to shield your spiritual progress and to protect you from dangers, both physical and moral, that your limited earthly vision cannot even begin to comprehend. They are not merely passive spectators. They are active co-pilots in the cockpit of your life's journey, constantly intervening within the limits of your free will. Yet, here lies the inconvenient, dirty secret that almost no one dares to speak. The vast majority of humanity lives their entire lives without ever consciously recognizing or acknowledging this divine, persistent companionship. Why? Because they remain spiritually blind to the delicate, subtle signs of their guardian's presence. This spiritual obliviousness is the precise equivalent of having a telephone that rings incessantly with the answer to all your problems on the line, but you consistently let it go to voicemail simply because you fail to recognize the number that is calling out to you from the heavens. This ignorance is the greatest block to receiving the urgent, life-altering guidance that is yours by divine right, as these beings of higher light are perpetually dedicated to your ultimate good and eternal evolution. The subtle art of sudden, unexpected thoughts, intuition. The first and arguably the most subtle and dangerously easy to dismiss method of communication that these masterful spiritual guides employ involves the unexpected influx of sudden, rapid thoughts. Consider a moment when you stood precisely at the precipice of a personal disaster, on the verge of making a life-altering decision that would have decimated your well-being or your future, and then, completely out of the blue, a compelling, diametrically opposed idea surged into your mind, compelling you to slam on the brakes and reconsider. Edgar Cayce, with his characteristic surgical precision, extensively explained that our mentors work with a brutally efficient power through the channel of pure intuition. They expertly implant thoughts into your mind, acting like bursts of light or divine flashbangs, particularly during moments when your mind is in a state of tranquil receptivity, such as during deep focus, prayer, or meditation. Allan Kardec, in Chapter 19 of the Medium's book, unequivocally clarified the rationale behind this subtlety. The superior spirits distinctly prefer to act upon your thought process in a subtle, almost clandestine manner, precisely because they adamantly refuse to violate the sacred gift of your free will. They understand a profound spiritual truth. A direct, imposed command or a forceful intervention is ultimately worthless for your genuine spiritual growth. Such coercion would not make you stronger or wiser. It would merely turn you into a passive puppet. Therefore, they patiently await your moment of need and openness, injecting inspiration that you must choose to act upon, upholding the sacred, non-negotiable law of liberty that governs the universe. Recognizing a thought as intuitively guided rather than your own is the first great step toward conscious communication. The Nightly Gateway, dreams as liberating spiritual communication. Prepare to fundamentally rewrite the meaning of your nighttime rest, because the second, most common and arguably most liberating form of communication occurs precisely when you switch off, when you surrender yourself to sleep. It is in this crucial period of nocturnal repose that your spirit is finally able to partially disengage from the burdensome weight of the physical body. It is a moment of release where your soul is granted an essential free pass to communicate and interact without the stifling shackles of dense material matter. Divaldo Franco, a living legend in the field of mediumship, meticulously explains that during this profound state of sleep, our perispirit, the semi-material bridge that connects the spirit to the physical body, gains total freedom to receive a comprehensive download of guidance, consolation, and directional advice from the spiritual world. This is the profound spiritual reason why you often experience those emotionally charged dreams that feel overwhelmingly more real than your waking reality, frequently featuring departed family members who bring messages that serve as an authentic balm of peace, critical warning, or undeniable direction. Your loved ones are not lost. They are simply on the other side of a dimensional wall that thins dramatically when your physical consciousness is at rest. What you often dismiss as simple fantasy or a subconscious processing of the day's events is, in fact, a crucial, unedited spiritual meeting, a conversation of the soul that is paramount to your well-being and progress. The unshakable proof. A documented case of post-mortem contact. Now brace yourself to be impacted at the very core of your being as we delve into a real, meticulously documented case that serves as the final, irrefutable proof of this eternal connection. The story begins in 1979, when a mother, utterly consumed by the suffocating pain of losing her son in a sudden accident, came seeking answers. For months on end, she had been tormented by the same recurring dreams where the young man insisted he was alive and well. Yet she dismissed them all as simple fantasy, the desperate hallucinatory product of her overwhelming grief. However, what unfolded next defied every single known law of physical science. During a high-profile mediumistic session that captured the attention of the entire nation, the young man's spirit burst through, speaking clearly and convincingly through the appointed medium. He did not simply talk, he delivered the ultimate, unchallengeable proof of his identity. He revealed with minute details that only he and absolutely no one else could have known, the exact hidden location of a private love letter he had concealed for his girlfriend before his passing, the specific serial number of a watch he had secretly purchased for her, and a complex codified message that urgently needed to be delivered to his best friend. The family, initially incredulous but desperately hopeful, verified every single detail. All were exact. But the most emotionally devastating truth came later. The spirit revealed that he had been visiting his mother in those very dreams for months, diligently trying to console her and critically preparing her for this direct, undeniable physical contact. What she had labeled as her imagination was the undeniable, powerful force of love, which simply cannot be contained or annihilated by physical death. This case solidifies the truth. Your loved ones are persistent, and they will use every available channel to reach you. The strategic wisdom. Why help must always be subtle. Perhaps like many, you harbor an angry question. If this communication is so vital to my soul, why don't my guides just speak to me directly, fully, and ostensively? Why all this subtlety and indirection? Allan Kardec, the master investigator, posed this identical, brutally honest question to the superior spirits, and their recorded answer in question 282 of the Spirit's book is profoundly revealing. Their response was direct. If we were constantly to assist you in an obvious manner, you would not develop your own powers. The caution is clear and absolute. If assistance were completely overt, permanent, and undeniable, your freedom would be annihilated, and you would be reduced to acting as a passive puppet, utterly dependent on external direction. This vital law means that your mentors are strategists of infinite wisdom, not servants of your immediate comfort. They absolutely do help you, but they do so without ever sabotaging the essential process of your learning and spiritual growth. The analogy is simple yet profound. They are the loving parent who teaches their child to walk. The parent remains close, ready to prevent a fatal fall, but they allow the necessary stumbles, the minor tumbles, because those necessary failures are the only way the child can develop their own strength, balance, and independence. Edgar Cayce, through his thousands of readings, corroborated this same cosmic law, affirming that every soul has a vast army of specific guides, each designated precisely for the soul's unique level of evolution and its accumulated karmic debts. They hold the complete map of your life plan and know exactly which challenges you must overcome to grow. The invisible maestro, synchronicity, and purposeful encounters. We now arrive at the third undeniable sign, the one that will force you to reevaluate every single coincidence that has ever occurred in your life. Your spiritual mentor is not merely a voice in your head. They are a grand maestro who skillfully orchestrates synchronicities, those events that appear to be purely casual or random, yet which materialize at the exact right instant to save you, protect you, or deliver the lesson for which your soul has been silently praying. Have you ever noticed how the precise book you desperately needed to read seems to literally fall into your lap at the moment of a crisis, or how you quite literally bump into the specific person who offers the opportunity you were seeking, exactly as your hope was running out? Even more dramatically, consider those important plans you desperately wanted that were cancelled at the very last minute, only for you to later discover they would have led you to utter ruin. These are not mere accidents of fate. They are direct, powerful, and loving interventions by beings who cherish you unconditionally. The renowned medium received constant, detailed guidance from the Spirit Emmanuel, who explained the existence of a complex, meticulously coordinated spiritual effort required to create these perfect encounters and situations. It is an invisible high-level task force, working tirelessly and constantly to forge your ultimate growth and ensure your spiritual protection. Recognizing synchronicity as communication transforms a life of random chaos into a purposeful, guided journey toward destiny. The spiritual amplifier, gratitude and conscious recognition. Here is the one concept that possesses the power to change the entire game of your life forever. The pivotal moment when you stop ignoring these subtle signals, begin to consciously recognize them, and, most importantly, sincerely thank your mentors for their presence. As you do this, their communication with you will become exponentially more frequent, clearer, and far more potent. Kardec taught that faith and heartfelt gratitude function as the most powerful high-frequency antennas in the entire universe, capable of brutally amplifying your capacity to receive precise spiritual guidance. Divaldo Franco is emphatic on this point. The conscious recognition of these dedicated mentors liberates you from the crippling, isolating feeling of abandonment. You cease to feel alone in the universe and finally understand that you are an integral part of an eternal, loving lineage that actively supports and sustains you. Furthermore, Edgar Cayce's documented work indicated that these beings are not merely your guides in this single incarnation. They have been with you across multiple past lives. They are your long-standing spiritual family, intimately acquainted with your deepest traumas, your specific weaknesses, and the full accumulation of your karmic strengths spanning millennia. This deep, profound understanding is why their guidance is so terrifyingly accurate and precisely tailored to your unique soul needs. The spectrum of contact, from intuition to direct psychography. Kardec revealed in the Medium's book that spiritual communication operates on a vast spectrum, ranging from the most subtle of influences to the most undeniable, overt evidence. The vast majority of people primarily connect on the very first step of this immense ladder. Quick inspirations, pointed intuitions, strong presentiments, and vivid dreams. But for a select few, those with naturally strong mediumistic development, or those who have laboriously cultivated it through moral effort, the communication is direct, irrefutable, and conscious. The example of the greatest mediums, capable of receiving complete, lengthy dictations from spirits of the highest level, serves as the ultimate proof of this direct channel. For decades, they acted as the telephone of the heavens for thousands of families on Earth. However, the crucial point remains. These channeled messages always shared a singular focus and a noble purpose. They were relentlessly educational, profoundly consoling, and morally uplifting. They were never intended for trivial gossip, mere curiosity, or the pursuit of material gain. The spirit guides are focused exclusively on high-level moral and philosophical truths, demonstrating that the ultimate value of communication lies in its capacity to build and elevate the human spirit. The quality of the message is the supreme test of the spirit's elevation. The technique of conscious syntonization, Kardec's 3 pillars. We arrive at the promised technique, a powerful method developed by Kardec after years of exhaustive, rigorous research with the highest spirits, an infallible approach to force-conscious communication. It is anchored in 3 profound pillars that any earnest individual can apply immediately. The first pillar is the purification of environment and thought. Before attempting any form of contact, you must meticulously create a profound cocoon of peace, harmony, and stillness. This means systematically eliminating all external noise, silencing all technology, and, most critically, purifying your internal thoughts of any vibrational garbage, such as resentment, envy, or anger. Prayer, when sincere and focused, acts as a powerful lighthouse, attracting only the highest beings of light while simultaneously repelling all spiritual debris. The second pillar is the absolute establishment of the correct intention. Kardec relentlessly hammered this point. Never seek spiritual communication for frivolous reasons, out of morbid curiosity, or to attempt to gain wealth, fame, or lottery numbers. The contact must have a noble, consecrated purpose, moral growth, deep consolation during suffering, or guidance on how to better serve humanity. Superior spirits are only moved to action when they detect an intention fortified by steel-like sincerity and moral nobility. The third pillar is the essential practice of patience and perseverance. This must be understood. It is not an instant, on-demand phone call. It is a gradual, deliberate process of inner development. Many individuals give up far too soon because they expect an immediate, dramatic light show. But true, authentic communication subtly blossoms, starting with a faint premonition, evolving into a subtle dream, and only then gradually becoming clearer and more undeniable. The vital warning: discernment and moral preparation. Here is the essential, life-saving warning that must be absorbed with absolute seriousness. Kardec was categorical. Never seek spiritual communication without the required moral preparation and without first ensuring the total blindage, shielding of superior spirits. The spiritual world, much like a densely populated city street, contains spirits of every possible kind and moral standing. Inferior spirits, those of low moral vibration, are perpetually ready to intrude upon unprotected, naive communications, often delighting in deception and confusion. Therefore, Kardec established ironclad rules for engaging in this delicate practice. The first and most vital rule: always begin every communication attempt with a powerful, heartfelt prayer, explicitly requesting the protection of God and your highest, most elevated guides. The second and equally critical rule: you must examine the content of every single message received with an intense, skeptical, spiritual microscope. Elevated spirits always deliver messages that elevate, console, instruct, and morally uplift. If a supposed communication leaves you feeling confused, overwhelmingly terrified, or, most dangerously, if it encourages destructive impulses, negativity, or vices, you must immediately cut off the contact. Authentic, high-level guidance will always feel pure, wise, and profoundly constructive, leaving you in a state of enhanced peace and understanding. The ultimate purpose: moral growth and service to others. We have arrived at the ultimate, final point, the most essential of all. The singular overriding reason for the existence of this entire phenomenon, the presence of your guides, the availability of communication, The law of reincarnation is your profound moral growth and your expanding capacity to selflessly serve your neighbor. Superior spirits are emphatically not here to give you stock tips, resolve your superficial material issues, or cater to your petty whims. They are here to gently but persistently force your spiritual evolution. Every single piece of orientation you receive carries a profound sacred responsibility. You must use it to become a better, more loving human being and to powerfully propel others forward on their own evolutionary journey. Edgar Cayce utilized his extraordinary psychic gifts solely for healing and helping the sick and the desperate. He never once sought personal fame, material profit, or earthly riches. His example establishes the dividing line between authentic, noble communication and cheap charlatanism. The true, dedicated mediums have always exercised their immense gifts as a service of pure, unadulterated love, giving freely of what they were given, embodying Kardec's law, give freely what you have freely received. If you ever commercialize or use this sacred gift for selfish ends, you automatically attract the very spiritual dross that seeks to exploit and profit from the faith of others. Keep your intentions pure and disinterested, and you will secure the unwavering protective attention of the most elevated spiritual guides. As we conclude this impactful revelation, embrace the most beautiful promise of all. You possess a glorious, undeniable destiny, spiritual perfection itself. It matters not how many errors you may have accumulated in your journey. Your spiritual mentor knows your divine inherent potential and is working patiently and persistently for you to manifest it fully. Every single challenge you face is not a curse, but a powerful platform for growth. Every pain you overcome is not a punishment, but a direct injection of lasting spiritual strength. Kardec taught us that reincarnation is the living, palpable proof of God's perfect justice and boundless mercy. You are granted multiple infinite chances to get it right, and in every single one of those lives, your mentors are present, offering a love that utterly defies human comprehension. They know the complete plan of your soul's existence. Therefore, you can place a complete implicit trust in their guidance, knowing that every event, even those that bring you to your knees in pain, possesses an ultimate, necessary evolutionary purpose. Divaldo Franco powerfully reminds us of this truth. You are not a physical being having an occasional spiritual experience, but rather an eternal spirit having a temporary human experience. This profound perspective is the only thing that can transform you from a bewildered victim of fate into a conscious, purposeful student in the vast, immersive school of life. Your masters will never, under any circumstances, abandon you. Their love is utterly unconditional. The vital communication with them is available to you right now, this very instant, provided you seek it with pure intentions and absolute sincerity. Start today by consciously paying attention to the signs that are shouting all around you. Silently and mentally, thank them for their ever-present guidance. Ask for their direction in your most difficult decisions. Open your heart wide to love and your mind to their wisdom. Your life will be fundamentally transformed, not by acquiring fleeting material possessions, but by something utterly priceless: inner peace, a defined sense of life purpose, and the glorious, profound capacity to love unconditionally. This is what they ultimately desire for you. Your spiritual mentor is speaking to you at this very moment. The signs are everywhere. Now, you finally know how to listen.